Christian Medical and Dental Association of Nigeria Students Arm presents the maiden edition of online conferences. Prayer and Missions Conference 2020 with the theme, Arrows in His Quiver. 3 platforms, 16 speakers, delegates from all across Nigeria and overseas. It was a life-changing experience for many. Brace up as you listen to power-packed messages and parallel sessions on issues pertaining to Christian Medic. God bless you as you listen.
Without further ado, I want to say welcome from the Secretariat to this conference. It's the final day of the conference and it feels like it should not end, I believe. But I'm sure many people's data, battery, the Nigerian factor, and many things. I just wishing that we could have that personal experience. So I'll be going ahead now. Currently, we have the Prayer and Missions Conference, which is ongoing, and it's the first time it will be holding online. How things change. If you had told our forefathers that we'll be having a meeting, a conference online, you would have probably vehemently refused, and maybe plenty CEC meetings and ESCO meetings would have held to say why it will not be possible. But you see, necessity is the mother of invention, and here we are. So the scope of this presentation, it's not going to be too long, but we just bring you up to speed as regards much of what the Lord has been doing for us. Some people have started marking on the screen already. I beg now, have mercy on us. All right, so we're starting from the Cmda Nigeria's response. From there, we'll be going to the Doctors' Arm Conference. We'll talk about the National Secretariat building, which is ongoing in Abuja here, in Gogolada. Then closure of schools, then and the final admonition, okay? After which we'll now move into the documentary. All right, when the COVID started last year, COVID-19 pandemic started last year, no one believed that we would be here at this time. Everyone was, in fact, skits were coming out, why it is missing Nigeria, why it is dodging Nigeria, and all of those things. Before we knew what was happening, it entered, and everybody was running helter-skelter. I remember that night when people were doing shopping, rush shopping. Hey, God, there's people who have accidents that evening. I went to the shopping mall to pick some things. I found that people were packing like 4 or 5 refrigerators, like at the same time, purchasing, and everybody. It's unprecedented. The impact it has had on every one of us in the world is something that we never knew that we could ever come down to this point. Everybody just thought that, okay, the first world countries will probably have the solution before because it's affecting everybody and all of that. And up till now, we are still dilly-dallying, we are still going back and forth. A lot is not still understood. Vaccines are still being tested. The one in the United States has been released, and they're probably to be reaching us by December or after, or something like that. So you see that a lot is still in flux, and nobody knew that an entire year could be paralyzed all over the world. Economies have changed, new jobs have emerged, a lot of new opportunities, the horizon is fresh and bright and ready for the taking. Yes, we're at that point, and I would say it's such an experience. So you see that CMDA's goal in this kind of situation is actually to encourage, not just in COVID, in every emergency situation, if there is a chapter in that place or a chapter nearby, what we usually try to do is we try to mobilize ourselves, the doctors, the students, everyone that's available, to see how they can engage, respond appropriately to these emergencies and disasters. That's what we do. If there is support that's needed from various places, we bring it in. When the Southern Kaduna crisis happened in 2017, there was a need for a relief response, which there was a national call and there was an outreach in Southern Kaduna. Some of us were there. So you find out that this is what we are supposed to do. We're actually supposed to take the lead. Many times in this COVID response, you find out that a lot of people were apprehensive, running away. In most of the various centers, it is our doctors who actually stood at the front line. We had the inauguration of CMDA Kano, but we don't have a Kano chapter. as for the doctor's arm, but there was a need that period that people were dying very, very quickly and all of those things. Up to 50 doctors were in attendance. Cmda camera was inaugurated as a matter of emergency, and things had to just keep going. People had to take the lead. A lot of our brethren have been infected. Some were in critical conditions, not just in Nigeria, some of our brethren all over the world. In Nigeria, a lot of it's become a normal thing. It's the new norm. It's what we found. In fact, what we're now talking about is that we're beginning to count those who have not been infected. A lot have been infected. A lot are still infected. A lot are down. And it's more painful when you now go out to the public and find out that, hey, the public don't even believe that this thing exists. Like you're being haunted by a ghost, a national ghost, that kind of thing. Then you now see what's going on with the government, the response, the sad, and all of those things. You see, you're hearing the billions and billions and the panic attacks, the fainting spells, and all of those, the Lagos boys, and many things, the drama that is happening every day. Yeah. So, but it's easy to forget that there are real people at the front lines who are actually fighting this thing and are facing quite a lot. So our response has been to do the little that we can. A lot of people are in the front lines. Every state, almost every state, we have a doctor or doctors who are embedded in the response of the NCDC. In fact, we have an official partnership with the NCDC, and many times we are working with them in partnerships in the various states to augment the efforts that they are making, both in case management and risk communication. Yeah, so about that. So that's for COVID. So it is our hope that in the nearest future, while this may not essentially entirely end, in a way, it will taper out the way epidemics and pandemics usually do. We'll hold the fort until it tapers out. We'll be seeing a documentary with images and short reports about all we have been doing around the state. So I'll just move to the next. So if we're physically present, I'll say somebody shout hallelujah. But as we are not, just shout hallelujah where you are. The Lord is hearing it. And don't worry, I'll also hear it. All right, so we have the Doctors National Conference for the 2020. It was supposed to be a joint national conference, but for obvious reasons, it has had to be rescheduled. And the Doctors National Conference instead will be holding. It's next week, it's slated for next week. Every one of us is invited. Please come and invade that place. Come and invade that place. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be beautiful. And everybody is wary of parallel sessions now. A bit. I know the feeling. But there will not be parallel sessions there. It will be plenaries. So I don't think that you should actually miss out. It's going to be very, very beautiful. I hope we all enjoyed the parallel sessions yesterday. I'm sorry for those who who could not join. I'm sure a lot of apologies have gone out. These are new turfs that we are dealing with, new terrains. But the Lord helped us. The Lord helped us. So we must see the positive side of it. So for the Doctors National Conference, it will mostly be plenaries. So please, we want you to come and actually bask in the ambience that the Lord will be creating in that place. It's going to be beautiful with the damage in our health sector and everything. The truth is that even if we cannot do a lot infrastructurally, that's physically infrastructurally, we can do something mentally and spiritually infrastructurally. After all, it's the spiritual that challenges or pushes what happens in the physical realm. Okay, the theme is greater works, making impact amidst COVID-19. The response towards COVID-19 is to run away. We have to find a way to encourage our people to run forth, how to engage and save as many lives as possible. I looked at Twitter last night and it was incredible. We had about 569 new cases of COVID. Was it 569 or something like that? It was, and this has been the data over the past few days. But what I found out on that, nobody's commenting anymore. Everybody just follow, I follow back, follow, I follow back. The FFB, IFB. I don't know how they do it. Follow, I follow back. That's how it's just a very, very long thread, just kept going underneath. However, for those who are medics and on the front lines, they know that it's a real situation. Even up till last night, up till 1 a.m. last night, I think I was personally even running around for someone who fears were about the severe COVID infection. So I want you not to just behave like the general public. It's important that we also pray. Pray, even if you cannot do anything, really, really pray, because it's real. It's real. And once you graduate, it's where you're going to be getting into. It's that kind of health system that you're going to be entering, one that is already pervaded by the COVID. We hope that a vaccine will be ready by then and a cure by the grace of God. So the date is slated for Thursday. It's going to be happening from Thursday, 30th of July to 1st of August. Please, the registration is ongoing. Once you just go to our website, the first thing you see, please, you can actually do that today, register, so you don't get caught out. All right, the platform will be online, like this one. We'll be using the Facebook, we'll be using MixLR, we'll be using YouTube. These are the ones that we are setting off for now. So these are our speakers. It's loaded. We'll be having Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Harry Banigo, who is the Deputy Governor. She's the guest speaker. She's the Deputy Governor for Rivers State. All right. She will be there. She'll be taking us on leadership crisis lessons for the Christian doctor in the marketplace. Then we'll be having Professor Adesegun Fatusi. He's a veteran. He's also the Vice Chancellor of University of Medical Sciences, Ondo. So he will be handling what innovations we should be looking out for. All this, the program and all the flyers have been in circulation. Please, it's loaded. You cannot afford to miss it. There is something for everybody. Then we have our beloved Dr. Ferdinand Weke. I believe 80% of us at least have heard him speak, starting from 2011 to last year's, 2 years ago, time has passed, 2018 Joint National Conference, the 4th. So we'll be having him as well. He'll be taking us on Hearts and Treasures. We'll be having Dr. Felix Ogedemwe. He was a one-time UBTH president. He's actually the managing director of Cedar Crest Hospitals, which is one of the foremost hospitals in Abuja here. I'm sure we have heard of it, one way or the other. You can actually Google it. Then we have Dr. Chuka Anude. He was the national president of the Students' Arm from 1993 to 1995. He's a veteran. You can see the many, many things on that. He's an MPH and PhD holder from the Harvard, from Johns Hopkins University. He has done a lot. He'll be taking us on developing international collaborations to advance the mission of Cmda in Nigeria. It's a session you cannot afford to miss. Yes. He's currently based in the United States and he's doing very well. Then we'll be having Dr. Arul Anketel. He's been involved in this ministry in Asia, all over Asia, Africa, for up to 40 years now. He's a giant in every right. I think it would be such a huge privilege for Nigeria to have him. These are the privileges that COVID affords. It's not all terrible sides. So you're taking us on Father, glorify your name in the healthcare sector. Yes. Okay. More speakers will be having Brodondo Iyolomen. He's the National Director for CAPRO, Calvary Ministry. I'm sure it will be an exciting, everyone here, I believe we are here because we love missions. You can imagine what's going to happen there. This is probably one of the foremost missions bodies in Nigeria and one of our major partners. It's going to be exciting. He's fired up for the conference. You're talking about state of the global harvest in view of COVID-19, a call to action. So we'll also be having Apostle Emmanuel Kure. That's a popular name, not just in the Christendom, it's also a popular name. Politics, because he's been very, very vocal about a lot of things that have been going on in the nation, and also he's the GO, General Overseer of Throne Room in Kaduna. In fact, his place, Southern Kaduna, where it's located right now, is one of the fortresses for the Christian body, especially in the light of the recent challenges that I hope we are all abreast with what's happening in the news, not just the comedy part. All right. We'll also be having Dr. Ifoma Monye. Yeah, she's a foremost lifestyle physician. She's a consultant, family musician, physician. She owns, I think, the biggest the biggest lifestyle medicine organization in Nigeria at this time. So she's one of us. She's based in Abuja, and she'll be taking us on caring with compassion and overcoming burnout lessons for the Christian doctor. We'll be having Dr. Felix Osaimoji. Now, he's the director of CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network, of which that's Christian Broadcasting Network of Nigeria, of which the CBN 700 Club, yes, it's an arm of it. So I'm sure you are fast with that. We've also had a lot of outreaches. The one that held in Afipo some years back. This was the organization. They are I think they are the biggest broadcasting body for Christians right now in Nigeria. He will be there with us live. So, sorry, virtually live. Okay, so we'll be having, then another beautiful part of it all is that we'll be having our handover. Yes, Cmda Nigeria will be having new executives. The outgoing executives have served so well, taking us to the level that we are right now. And we'll be having a very beautiful experience with others. We'll be having a new president. We'll be having new vice presidents for the various zones. Is anybody excited? I can hear the woo. Keep it up. Then we'll be having our executive secretary will still be there. Deputy executive secretary. We'll be having a new financial secretary, prayer secretary, missions coordinator. These elections actually happened at the National Council meeting in Abuja that held in February, pre-COVID. Yeah, pre-Nigerian COVID anyway. So you now find, okay, we still have our students' national president, Brother Samuel Omobude, as part of the executives, according to what our constitution, Cmda Nigeria, says. So even the ex-official will also be there, Brother Chukwemeka David Uzoma. So that's for that. I'll be moving to the next. All right, who is excited? I'm sure the last time that, yeah, thank you for saying yes, thank you for shouting. If you're wearing boxers, don't shout and jump up anyway. All right. All right, so we have the building. The building is roofed. It's big, it's beautiful. There's a hall inside that can take up to 300. Yeah, upstairs. There are several offices. There's quite a lot. We are not new to this, and somebody will glory on the oh, that place I kept space is writing space. Well done, no? Well done. It's also been fenced. So we are trusting God that before the end of the year, what we are seeing right now, by the next conference, we'll probably be seeing something more finished. Praise God. God bless all the brethren who have been praying for this. God bless all the brethren who have given to this project. There is a lot going on, and there is a lot more to come. You're going to be blown away at the AGM if you're present. Please be present at the AGM. The AGM is for everybody. AGM is not for CMDA doctors. The AGM is everybody. A lot to be presented there. So I hope that every one of us is present. You're going to be brought abreast because you're the ones who are going to take over this thing. You're the ones who are coming behind. You're the ones who are going to push us to the next level. There is a level that David can accomplish up to. There is a place for Solomon to start and get to. There are places that we come in. Moses ran his race, Joshua came in. But if you don't understand where we are coming from, it will be hard, very difficult for you to understand or steer us in the right direction going forward. So I urge every one of us, please and please, make it a date with God. Then better than practicing with me. All right. So for the COVID, first for the closure of schools, it's been 125 days today since the schools closed down. At this point, I can hear people heaving. That's the usual response. None of us actually knew it was going to take this long. In my 100 level, we had a 6-month strike. We didn't know, one after the other. The day just kept passing. By 200 level, I had a 4-month strike. I think just kept going. Now it's a general strike. I learned there's a public holiday coming up soon. I never know there was anything like public holiday because every day is public holiday. Yeah, bad like that. A lot of us are going through quite a lot. not just the shutdown of schools, economy, financial hits, families, and everything. A lot of people are going through so much, so much. But I want to tell you something, that it is important that we recognize that as these times pass, our lives are not stopping for anything. You might be counting down, let them just, but realize that these are minutes, these are hours, these are seconds that you will never get back in your life. Yesterday, in a parallel session, we did a calculation of how much time we have as humans. If we were to live like 100, we're up to 25. It was crazy. If you remove this time from that, it's crazy. It's crazy. So all the things that you had planned for after school, why not evaluate them, write them down, bring them down to this point and see what you can actually achieve at this time. Tick it off your list. Tick it off your list so that you know that when you're getting to that point, you can have more freedom to accept more things and do much more. This is interesting. Like 125 days gone, 17 weeks, 6 days, over 10,000 hours, getting to 11,000 hours and counting. That's the worst part. Nearly 35% of 2020 since the shutdown. What have you done with your life? How have you added value? Have you just been watching all the seasonal movies alone? Have you been watching BB Naija? I guess that's where the whole attention is. And for 3 months, you watch people live their lives while your own is lying fallow. How that would be so unfortunate. That would be so unfortunate. That would be so unfortunate. Yes. I hope we have been intentional. Some of us medical students, generally, we don't even have time to make an understanding. We don't have time to spend with families. So this is a time for you to actually, what have you done for your family? What have you done for those that you care about? All the times that they've been saying, okay, I know you are worried that when you came in the first 2 weeks, it was celebrity. Now it's finish that you're experiencing. But now you can see the real truth about what your family is going through. It's not just for you to stay at home and stay in school and they're sending you stuff, sending you funds and all. You don't even know what people are going through. Right now, you can see it. What have you done? Have you taken that course that you wanted to take? Have you learned that instrument that you wanted to learn? Have you gone through that book that you wanted to go through? Have you been able to do as much, or you've wasted all the time? I'm sure you said, let them just, when the lectures were coming left, right, and center, we were saying, dear God, please let them just give us a break so that I can read. All the things that you were saying, let you go and read. If they call you now, if you're in 400 level, you're a consultant in pharmacology. So that when you're resuming, of course, you expect that there will be a rush. Or you cannot be failing any questions because you should even know much more than your teachers at this point. You have had a lot of time just to read. Even if you've not started lectures for the new class and all of that, the textbooks are there. There is an e-library right now, the Excel. Have you engaged it? Or you're just there counting down? I know or you just watched, or you're expecting Top Gun Part 2 and all of those things. The movie list. Is there something more you're doing with your time? This is time you will never get back. I need you, as the conference is ending, as the conference draws to a close, to really evaluate your lives and see how much you've actually done. If you're a doctor in this place, I know you've also been so busy. You've been looking for ministry, opportunities for ministry. These times, with these past 125 days, we've had the opportunity to meet patients in their direst of moments, fighting for their lives. How many have you ministered to? How many have you prayed for? How often do you do that? Or are you caught up in the regular thing that has been happening prior to COVID? A lot is changing. And this is an opportunity. I was reading an article the other day on BBC. Was it BBC? On the British newspaper anyway. They were giving an analysis of the percentage of Christians who have been added, people who now believe in God. Yes, like 1 in 4 people who didn't usually believe in God currently believe in God, currently go to church, currently attend services because of the modalities and the changes that are currently available. A lot of things are happening all over the country, all over the world. And if you're not experiencing any, Could it be that you have not listened, that you have not been intentional, that when something is happening in your neighborhood, I was talking to Dr. Alex yesterday, he said, when something is happening in your neighborhood, maybe something happens to your neighbor, you should expect that something is happening, so you should better be more observant about your environment. If the Lord is doing something in your neighborhood and it's not happening to you, could it be that your door is shut? Arrows in his quiver. There is no time to actually prepare for a crisis than before the crisis. But when the crisis has happened, you build the boat as you move. 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 You don't wait, otherwise the flood will carry you. That's how emergencies are responded to. See, if you don't stretch the things that you don't do this period and you're saying when you have time, you will never do them. I promise you. Because every innovation that makes sense, the atomic bomb, AK-47, everything that has ever made sense has come from the place of dire need, crisis. So if you have not produced anything, if all the chaos has not squeezed something out of you, then, my dear brethren, you have not done well. It means there is nothing inside. That's what crisis does. All right. So at this juncture, I want us to take an evaluation of our lives. You see, a major key to maximizing this period are the choices you make. Right now, no lecturer is driving you. There's no president or class coordinator or something that will be pushing you to come for prayers and all of those things. It's not there anymore. You're probably bored. So you have to decide whether this long stay away from school will be an advantage to you or not. Yes, it will be determined by the choices that you make. So I hope that we are able to make the right choices. Reach out to people. You can find out new things around you if only you actually sit down to think. While we point fingers at what's going on Twitter, the way our youths are going down, remember that you are the elders of tomorrow. And the experiences that you are having now are the experiences that people are going to draw from because there will be more pandemics in the future. Will you be any wiser by that time? Will you be a worthy mentor for those who are coming behind you? So, in conclusion, I'm especially inviting us for the Doctors' Conference. It's going to be deep and soul-searching. You've not been able to, I'm sure most of us, up to 90% of us, have not attended the Doctors' Conference. This is an opportunity to. So you know what our Christian doctors are like, when they come together. I know I have a bias for the students. I'm sorry. Yeah, any doctors here, my guys are here, I apologize. But I know our own is, I love our conference. But this one now has a focus. It's all aligned, but it's a different side of it all. I hope you come to experience it. Thank you very much, and God bless you. The questions are beginning to come in. Let me see how I can pick them out. So please, if you're not asking a question, yeah, God has blessed all of us. So he said, someone asked, what if after school plan needs school to be done with first? Yes, if that I'm sure you have other plans, you will have to find other things to do. There's nothing you can do until school is done. Yes. So if it's a skill you want to learn or something, but if you're thinking about if your plan is to do house job, you obviously have to wait until it's done. Then everyone is taught how to manage limited time. No one is taught how to manage excess time. But excess time is a more terrible excuse for not doing the important things. We might never have known this until this period. Yeah, MP said that. That's true. Very true. Very, very true. For the first time, I was able to see we're going on the streets and all the cars, people that had 10, 15 cars, dust covered everything. The compounds, nothing, no cars were moving during that period of lockdown. In fact, some people wore the same clothes for 1-2 months. Yes, we now found out that the big wardrobe, essentially why we are wearing plenty clothes, if you are to actually critically look at it, is just to show people that you have more than one clothes. It's not out of need. Yeah, you now see that when you're stuck in a place, when you don't have to see people, some people tied wrapper throughout. Yeah, some people wear boxers throughout. It's not a liner. Yeah, so these are things that, so it brings us to a place of evaluation of what is important. All right, about the slides, you will get them. You will get them. Please, when is the AGM? The AGM is on Saturday, but I hope you can join us from the very first day. It's going to be sectioned like this: Monday, that's morning, evening, morning, evening. Thursday will be starting from evening session. Then we'll have the morning. You will see the program. The program will get to every one of us. It will be shared. Please, sorry, it's not supposed to be here. I'm so sorry. Okay. What can a medical student who is still in his pre-med level do to improve his or her medical skills apart from reading? I don't know if I'll advise anyone to go to the hospital this period, but it's a high risk area. Yeah. I think, in my own opinion, if you have a place that you can actually attach to, it'd be great to sit in and see. Of course, taking the necessary precautions, because that will be your life. All the precautions that your consultants know about COVID, they are all available to you. So you could actually have more knowledge than the consultants as regards COVID, because all the information is out there. There's nobody holding any secret information. There's nothing that anybody is writing notes for. None of that. All the information, all the research is out there. Yeah. So it's all there. So once you're able to carry out your this, you can attach yourself to a hospital. If you're interested in public health, there are a lot of outreaches going on in various places. You can just search for them online. CMDA's COVID response in your chapter is also going on. You can engage in that. You can carry out prisons outreach even at this time. Those are skills. It's not all it's understanding where your platform's coming. It's understanding where your platform's coming. So that's it. I think you should read more as a pre-med student, or if you have a place you can actually attach to, you can go learn some skill surgeries, learn how to give injections, learn how to set line, pass catheters. These are things that you can actually learn. And they just require you to see. In fact, medicine is so beautiful that you see, you assist, then you do. Once you're able to do that, anybody can just get to that point. All right, so we're excited to remind, oh, excellent. The moderator, she has put the link up. So as I'm talking, you can just click on it and register. It doesn't take much. In a minute or two, you could be done. Okay. Shalom is asking, how do we build consistency? Suddenly I want to do something and I have a lot of energy and I'm excited as day goes by, but it becomes boring doing the same thing. How do I stay consistent? Sometimes doing something alone can be boring. Sometimes if you get people involved, you can share it so it doesn't look monotonous. New ideas can come in. You can engage your friends, your colleagues into it. If it's music you want to learn and all of those things, you just form a group, engage people, your circle. That keeps things fresh. That keeps things fresh. You can read about it as well, give people things to do, give people assignments, assign it. So if it's something that you are excited about, you should get people. That excitement should spread. We only achieve so much. We can only achieve so much when we are doing alone. That's when we are working alone. But we work together, we cover a lot of ground. So yeah, someone's suggesting watch the videos. I hope we are looking at the chat. All right. The fellow should watch videos. Awesome. Somebody's already responding. Is there an audio recording? I believe, okay, someone is asking me, is there an audio recording of the parallel session held yesterday? Yes, all parallel sessions were recorded, including mine. All right, to get across to us, I believe. Can take courses, okay, somebody's suggesting. Can take online courses and all of that. Okay, yes, Dr. Pascal is actually saying you can take online courses or learn soft skills. Even as a pre-med student, you can watch a lot of procedures. You can actually do a lot of things. This period, I have learned so much. I have learned so much. There is so much, and a lot is free this period because everybody knows people are at home. People are not really doing much. So they try to engage people as a form of goodwill, giving back to the society. So you need to find these things. Learn to play the guitar, learn to play the, where's my, so I have one here. You could actually, you see, you could buy one, you could learn to play it, you could learn how to play the keyboard, you could learn an instrument, you could learn programming, you could learn many things that will earn you. You find out that as things develop, as a country, as a globe narrows down, every skill is important. Can we do some protests to change the whole of Nigeria so we can kickstart change, even if it's small. A lot of protests are going on, but you and I know that protests have never really solved much in the country. What we need to do is to be strategic. A gung-ho approach to Nigeria will not work. It's strategic. You decide that from your own little corner, you shine, be a burning and shining light. And by the time all our lights are connected, you'll find out that it's going to be a very, very bright place. It's going to be a really, really bright place. Okay, let me see.
don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Come on! Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Oh, even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop. Even when I don't see it, you're working. You never stop. You're the way maker. Miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
All right. Praise God. This is just to inspire us, to let us know that all we are doing, it may not be in billions, but even a mite as that you've given, the time, the sweat, all the sacrifices we've made, from the Twitter storms to everything. God is fully aware, and it is actually making changes. So one way, one little kind act at a time, we will change this country and impact our world. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and God bless CMDA Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I trust that you've been blessed. For more information, you can visit our website www.cmdanigeria.org.